Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. Got a kind of a short video for you today. We're going to be focusing and highlighting three of my favorite builds currently in the game. It's going to be one build per character, basically kind of my go-to whenever I play this character. So starting off with the Warlock, we have my Devour build. Now, I know you might think I would go something like Sunbracers or some kind of solar build, but no, I love my Devour build. It is the most fun that I have when I'm playing Warlock, unless of course I need to rock Well of Radiance for like a raid or something. But the idea behind it is pretty simple. I have nothing manacles equipped and scatter grenades, and it is just an ability spam. If you have an ability, throw it. Get it out of your hands. Use it. And the idea is you get grenades back extremely quick. You almost never not have a grenade. And you're using those grenades to kind of weaken everything, make everything volatile in the area, and then you want to use like a weapon that has destabilizing rounds, again, further making everything volatile in the area. For the build itself, I have a Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Pocket Singularity, of course the scatter grenades. For those aspects we use Feed the Void, and then Child of the Old Gods. The fragments we have Echo of Cessation, Echo of Harvest, Echo of Obscurity, and Echo of Undermining. These are the mods. Basically, it's all about using one ability to get another ability back. So melee gets your grenade and vice versa. And then for a weapon, as I was saying, just basically anything with destabilizing rounds. Word of Crota is a great option because it can get Dragonfly and destabilizing. So that's definitely my go-to here. So that's my Warlock. So onto the Titan. And you knew we had to go here. Of course we had to go here. With the new aspect on a Titan, Banner of War is the obvious go-to. It is the most fun that you can have. I love the slide melee ability as well. I forget what it's called currently, but it is when I'm playing a Titan, this is this is a very fun class to use. And the idea behind this one is pretty simple. I use a Monte Carlo and then mods to basically get my melee ability back as much as possible. I use Synthoceps, and the idea here is to get as much of your melee, slide, and start just chucking stuff at everything. Does a pretty decent amount of damage to bosses, but also is great for ad clear, creates a lot of tangles, and not to mention the Banner of War, so survivability is almost top-notch in this game. I think I would have to compare it to other stuff, but Banner of War might be one of the best things to keep you alive. Like, for example, look at what you can do with whatever that card is. You could just constantly spam a melee and basically just fly through the air. As long as you're making contact, you could just non-stop spam the melee, which makes powerful offerings really easy. So for the build, Towering Barricade, Catapult Lift, Frenzied Blade, Grapple, Banner of War, and then Flesh at Storm. For the fragments, Thread of Fury, Thread of Continuity, Thread of Generation, and Thread of Warning. For the mods, it's all going to be heavily focused on that melee. How can I get my melee back quicker? How can I make orbs with my melee ability? It's all centered and focused around that melee. And then for the weapon, of course, here, Monte Carlo. Again, just getting your melee ability back. This one's just very simple, just melee. Now, the final build, and my absolute favorite in the game currently, is the Arc Hunter. Probably the best survivability in the game. That includes the Solar Titan and Strand Titan. I think this one is the best survivability. Basically, the idea is dodge, punch, dodge, punch, dodge, punch. Repeat it over and over. It is the best ad clear option in the game. Now, I use Assassin's Cowl with it, so I go invisibility, helps with survivability, but Liar's Handshake is just as good as Assassin's Cowl. They kind of basically serve a different purpose. If you say we're trying to do damage to a boss with your melee, then I would say focus on Liar's Handshake. If you're having trouble staying alive, I would use something like Assassin's Cowl. But it's a really simple build. You just dodge with your Gambler's Dodge and then just melee everything in the area and keep punching. But it is very fun, and it is an extremely overpowered build right now. So Gambler's Dodge, of course, Triple Jump, Combination Blow, and then Pulse Grenade. For the aspects, I use Lethal Currents, Flow State, and then for the fragments, we're going to be using Spark of Resistance, Spark of Ions, Spark of Feedback, and then Spark of Recharge. Now, for the mods here are... There's not really a strict sort of thing for the mods here. It's just kind of more about getting abilities back, but use whatever works for you. Make sure you're making orbs with your powered melee, and that's basically it. There's a little bit more flexibility with this one. Now, for the weapon... I would strongly recommend using a shotgun with 1-2 punch on it. Imperial Decree is probably a better option than Wastelander, but that's just what I use. But yeah, those are my 3 builds. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.